So this is a lock we're going to put on today. It's a Mortice lock, 60mm back set from the face plate here back to the centre of the spindle here. Also got a couple of these handles here which we're putting on, which are made to correspond with this type of lock. There's a jig that we can use that jig to mark out the lock. We could, with a 60mm back set, we would bend along this little line here, which says 60mm back set, and then we could drill all the appropriate holes that we need. In this case here, we need one hole at the bottom for the handle here. We've got the spindle here which operates the handle, and we've got two holes here which we need for the cylinder, and then another hole for the top of the handle at the top here. That corresponds with this handle here, which is spindle, handle, top and bottom, and then this one here's got the cylinder in the middle here. So what he's going to do to start with, we're going to mark the position. We've got a steel door jamb here, so he's going to mark the top and the bottom of the striker plate on the door. We've just got a flush panel door here, external door, and from that he's got a jig that he's going to use to set it out. What he's going to do, he's squared the lines across where the striker, the striker was, and now from that there's a couple of marks on our jig here. You can then go up and mark the top of the jig where that will be, and then it'll spin round and square those lines at the top of the faceplate across, and then from there you'll be able to mark the position of the handle. So on the outside we need the top of the handle, we need the two holes there for the cylinder, centre of the handle, and then the bottom of the handle there which fixes it on. So on the inside we just need three holes. We need the top handle hole, we need the centre of the spindle, and then we need the bottom there. Okay, now that's ready, got all the holes marked. Got the faceplate. Just a couple of holes we need to mark here also, which is, just square those across. We've got a mark here which we've got a corresponding mark on our jig there, which is to the top of where our marks on there, where we need to drill that out for our Mortice lock to go on the edge of the door. So just square that across. Do that top and bottom. Okay, what we're going to do first, we're going to drill all the holes in the face, each face of the door, and at the top of this we need a 10mm hole, and then the others in this, or top and bottom, we need 10. And these here we can just do 22mm holes for the spindle and the two here for the cylinder. So we'll drill those with spade bits, and then we're going to use just a jig that we've got here that just attaches to the door and touches the door. We can attach a drill to it and we'll just move it up and down, and that'll cut the hole out for the Mortice lock to fit into. Because we're using this mortiser, we drilled the holes in the face first. If we were just drilling these holes here with a spade bit, which we can, the 7 holes would drill down. If we did that, we'd drill the holes in the face afterwards. But because we got this thing, we could do the holes in the face first. Sit on there a bit better. Okay, just going to centre the faceplate, and mark around it. If we had a jig, we wouldn't have to do this. We could just put the jig on and lined up with the top of the top mark here. You got the bottom marked? Yep. bit of fence on it. We just come down from the other side now. We just hit the face here with the sandpaper just to take all these little burrs off here so that it doesn't kick the handle out when it's painted. Now we're ready for the lock to go in. Now with this lock here, goes in here, comes like this, tongue's reversible, so we just turn that around. It's lockable on this side of the door. So what we're going to do, we just need to check this little gadget here. If we see here, it's lockable with this little piece turned up. So we'll grab a little flat screwdriver. This one here has to get turned around so it looks the same as this to make it lockable. On the inside of the door, just here, we've drilled it. We don't need to have it lockable, so we'll keep that on the escape function. It'll look just like that. So you'll see that. Look here, so that doesn't need turning around. Okay, turn the right way. Flick that out where the cylinder's going to go in. And the right to go in the screws here. These all line up nicely. Tiny bit tight. Just these corners haven't been taken off, and the cylinder won't quite go in there neatly. Ready for the lock to go in. So these are totally reversible, so they can be changed over. You see here, flick from one hand to the other and just locked off again. It's taken a couple of seconds. Face plate of the lock went in nicely. So now the cylinder we can put in place, which we're just using there's a couple of pins that come with it. The cylinder will just slide in, and then we just put we've got two little holes there. We just need to put it on. The cylinder's on this side, so we'll put it on that same side. Slide that in. The cylinder's locked in position now. Now, the only other thing we've got to do here, we've got two long handle screws that come with it, and these need to be cut on this particular lock. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. These particular two need to be. They're quite a lot longer. So what we're going to do, we've got a pair of mini bolt cutters that probably about, once we put them through the handle here, and they project through probably about 15, 18 mil. The handle is only about 12 mil thick, so what we're going to do is allow about 8 mil coming through. So there's a little bit of spare, enough for it to grab into the other handle, and just cut them off with our mini bolt cutters. Watch they fly off pretty quick, and we've got about 8 mil sticking through there now, which is perfect. Okay, so just in the back of this here, other way around here, right? Yep, they go in, so they'll hold into the door. It slides on over the top. And, now these are into a steel or brass handle. They're not so bad. If you're going with an aluminium plate, we'd never use a drill on them. You risk ripping the guts out of the handle, so therefore we're going to do it with a handle, but they work nicely. Operational. The only thing we've got left to do is put the faceplate on. There's two little grub screws that come with these locks. Those grub screws, they've got lock nut on them, that's that blue. It stops them coming out. So there's two other screws that look pretty similar. They don't have that on it. So we're going to put these on with a hand screwdriver, not do them with a rattler, because it's very easy to just rip the head out of the screw and then you can't get down. Good job. You've got to see that it latches if it will shut. All good. Nice job. Now we're going to just take that out and paint the door, because it's an exterior door, and yeah.